Hey guys, Chad Hoover, Kayak Bassing TV. Today I want to talk to you about tournaments. Part of what I do is run and organize the largest kayak fishing tournament series in the country, the KayakBassFishing Tournament Series. The KayakBassFishing Tournament Series has got several tiers. The base level, or the easiest level for entry, is the online challenge series called the KayakBassFishing State Challenge Series. The next tier, if you will, is the KBF Trail. And the KayakBassFishing Trail this year consisted of 56 trail events around the country. And then the next tier is the KayakBassFishing Open Series. This year we only had 2 events, one to kick off the year on Kentucky Lake, and one to end the year at the end on the Bend in Toledo Bend. So you guys should definitely try to make it down to that November 3rd, 4th, 5th weekend in Manny, Louisiana on Toledo Bend. But here's the purpose of this video. Lots of questions are coming up, lots of inquiries, lots of social media posts about what's the future of kayak bass fishing. Where do we go from here? And I guess I'm the person to answer that question, because I'm the one that has the vision, that's working the process, and that has a foundation that I'm looking for moving forward. And so what we're constantly trying to do is increase opportunity so that there's more access for folks around the country. We're also trying to maintain a competitive playing field, and we're trying to grow awareness and participation so that we can grow sponsorship support, so we can increase payouts, and so that we can sustain the tournament series, because it costs a lot of money to run something on that scale. So let me give you the way forward, okay? Starting in 2018, the KayakBassFishing National Championship will be a 1-hour special featuring anglers competing in the event, and featuring the event itself on Kentucky Lake in Paris, Tennessee, March 23rd, 24th, 25th weekend. That 1-hour special will then also promote the Opens, and the Open Series will consist of 4 Opens around the country in our 4 major regions. Our major regions are the Northeast, the Southeast, the Southwest, and the Northwest Midwest, okay? And so the first tournament of the year will be on Santee Cooper, South Carolina, the weekend of May 5th, May 6th, and that'll be the first Open. That'll be our Southeast Open. The second major event of the year for the Open Series will be in July, and that event will be in La Crosse, Wisconsin, on the Mississippi River, pools 7, 8, and 9. Now, the reason that we're doing the Opens every other month is to give time for folks to reset their travel schedule, their vacation time, their brownie points at home, or what have you. After that, we skip August and we move into September, and in September we're hosting the Northeast Open, which will be the 3rd Open of the year, and that'll be held at a lake to further be determined. We're in negotiations with a couple of tourism convention visitor bureaus right now, but we're really close to finalizing that and getting the Northeast Open scheduled. And then last but not least is the Southwest Open later in the year, November. Right now the date is between 2 different weekends, November 17th weekend or the first weekend of November, and we'll finalize that very soon. All the details will be available at KayakBassFishing.com as soon as it's all finalized. So the whole purpose of this video is to kind of give you a 50,000 foot view of where we're headed next year and into the future. In 2018, we're going to be hosting about the same number of trails or more that we hosted this year. We're going to be relying heavily on our partners to conduct those events without costing kayak bass fishing a lot of money, so that we can have more opportunity and more access for folks to fish those series. We're laying the foundation in the trail next year for how we're going to do the trail in 2019. Here's how that's going to work. In 2019, we'll run the trail series in our 4 major regions. Within those 4 major regions, at the end of the trail series, the top 3 highest participation tournaments will become eligible waters for a 3-day regional championship. That regional championship will be a unique format that I don't think anybody else has done, to where you're actually fishing a championship and you can fish in any of the 3 regional waters. Okay, so any of those 3 waters are eligible, and then what we do is that's available to the top 100 guys within that region to fish, and the top 10 move on to the Trail Championship. So the Trail Championship will be the top 40 guys in the country, and what we're going to do is we're going to guarantee a $25,000 payout. It's going to be a $15,000 guaranteed payout and a $10,000 bonus bucks incentive for that event. And that event will be held at the trail location throughout the year that has the highest participation. So you may say to yourself, oh, that favors one region over the other and this and that, but it is what it is. And the way that we're working it is we're using the anglers' participation, the anglers' vote, and the amount of information that's available about those lakes to set the table for the regional championship. At the end of the regional championship, some guy or gal is going to take home, you know, between $15,000 and $25,000. If they're a bonus bucks member, it's a guaranteed $25,000 payout. Now, what we're setting the table for here is to have multiple levels of recognition so that anglers out there can utilize the Kayak Bass Fishing Trail Series to elevate their profile, to be more quantifiable for sponsorships and things like that. So in 2019, we will have a KBF Trail Champion. We'll have a KBF Regional Champion from each region. We'll have a Challenge Series Champion for the online series, much like we're doing this year with the $10,000 guaranteed payout on Toledo Bend. We will then have a National Champion, and we'll also have an Angler of the Year. And the best concept that we've done in the past is going to pit the best of the best angler versus the National Champion. I mean the Angler of the Year versus the National Champion versus the Trail Champion versus the Challenge Series Champion, and then we're going to have the 10 winner jump in on that best of the best as well, because honestly, if you're fishing on a body of water and you're fishing against the top 10 guys in the country and you come out on top in that event, you belong in the best of the best. So we're going to have that 5-tiered system where we run these major events and we run these smaller, you know, more competitive events or harder to qualify for events, and that's all going to culminate in a series where we find out who the best of the best is. Each of those are going to have guaranteed payouts, great sponsorship support, and the ability for anglers to get out there and really quantify their position in the kayak bass fishing nation, in the KBF world, and in the world of competitive fishing from kayaks. So that leads me right into the next topic of discussion, and that's the question I get a lot about pros, Elite Series pros, FLW pros, starting to show interest in the kayak bass fishing arena. And the question is, do I think it's a good thing? Absolutely, I think it's a good thing. I think those guys are bringing their profile, they're bringing their level of participation, they're bringing their level of expertise and professionalism to our series, but they don't get any preferential treatment. They've got to come and they've got to fish and they've got to qualify and they've got to accrue points and do the things that they're doing just like we do. And so when a guy comes into the series, a Mike Iaconelli, a Chris Lane, a Randy Howell, Brandon, Card, any of these guys that jump into this series and they want to compete and quantify their existence in the kayak bass fishing world, they're going to have to do it just like the rest of the anglers out there. And I think that's going to be a great thing for the sport of kayak fishing, competitive kayak fishing specifically. But this all culminates in the next question, and that question is, what's the future of the national championship? Next year on Kentucky Lake in Paris, Tennessee, we'll probably have close to, if not more than 1,000 anglers that show up to compete for that historic prize purse. So the very next question is always, dude, is it always going to be that many anglers? And the answer to that question is no. In 2019, we're going to start to implement the regional qualification process to where the top 50 anglers from each region are automatically qualified. From there, we're going to take our big event winners and qualify them. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cap the field at 500 anglers, and we're going to fill the field out based on the Angler of the Year standing. So we'll qualify, 320 to 360 anglers, and then we'll pull the remaining anglers that are qualified based on the overall Angler of the Year standings, which is points you qualify in the Challenge Series, points points you gather in the Trail Series, and the overall Angler of the Year standing, so that there's a lot more, kind of prestigious and a lot more specific methodology for getting qualified for the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. So we're going to narrow that field down, make that a little bit more elite, make it a little more competitive, and make it something that anglers, have to try a little harder to do. We're still going to support the local trails. We're still going to play, a great role in raising up the bar there. But by and large, you're going to have to compete in kayak bass fishing events to qualify for the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship, quantify your existence there, and that to me makes the most sense for the future of that series. The next question that comes up quite a bit is the future of the online series. And in my opinion, the online series is currently a little bit too long. It drags on. It is very difficult for a lot of guys to stay competitive in that arena. So we're looking at narrowing that down, and don't hold me to this. This is all literally basic overview stuff, but we're looking at narrowing that challenge series down to about 4 months. Start a little later, end a little sooner. It's a little more sensitive to the cold weather for the guys in the Northeast. It levels the playing field with kind of being out of the spawn before the Southeast guys get to jump in there and start kind of putting up big slobs. And really from a competitive standpoint, it makes more sense. So the basic overview is that in 2018, we're not going to do anything major different other than we're paying out a historic payout. We're going to get better at doing what we're already doing, and we're going to refine. In 2019, things change a bit. The national championship goes to a new location. The trail series is going to have a regional feel and a regional format. The top 100 guys will compete for a regional championship. That regional championship will narrow down to 10 guys that then go compete in the trail championship. And that trail championship will be a guaranteed $25,000 payout with the bonus bucks incentive, $15,000 guaranteed right off the top. The top 10 anglers will still go to Bienville Plantation for the 10. The 10 winner will qualify to fish in the best of the best. So the best of the best will be made up of the 10 winner, the Angler of the Year, the national champion, the trail champion, and the challenge series champion. So the point I'm trying to make is things are getting great in competitive kayak fishing. There's a lot of interest from sponsors, there's a lot of interest from anglers, and we're refining and defining the process. I'm excited about the future of it, but I want to know what you think about these concepts, because one of the things that we do is reach out to our anglers, reach out to our competitors and our stakeholders, and we're always willing to listen and have that dialogue. So give this video a big thumbs up. It'll help promote it. It'll help get it out there. It'll help get more traction for this video and the series. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Please do me a favor, turn on that notifications bell so you get a notification each and every time I release a video here at Kayak Bass TV. Things are about to heat up with some giveaways, and the Kayak Bass Fishing Tournament Series is about to head to the stratosphere. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all next time on Kayak Bass TV.